Okay, so here I am again at Wonson, a bit further south now. What I'm stood on is the storm beach. Basically, the large rocks get chucked up by constructive, destructive waves. It's storm waves, they chuck up the rocks to the back of the beach. Because they're heavier, they stay there, and then the sea sort of recedes back out again. This is the storm beach, and so the rock material is larger at the back of the beach, okay, by the process of erosion hydraulic action. This is poly, and they're much more angular towards the back of the beach. As you go further closer towards the water's edge, the low tide, the material gets smaller and more rounded because it's been touched by marine processes. Okay, and if we just turn around and look that way, Jack can see, you can see the large stack, which is black rock, which is just the south end really of Widmouth Bay. And this really is really Wonson Beach. And you can see the lines of the sorted sediment, so you have the smaller material. As you go towards the back of the beach, you get the larger material, which is bigger, more angular, which has been chucked up by the large waves during large spring tides. You can see all on the back of the beach there, those lovely shingle ridges. And they are the first really line of defence for the cliffs from erosion. It's the natural processes, and we've got to try and keep them so we don't get loads of erosion and cliff collapse. Because as you can see here, up to here, you can see here we've got very much soft rock at the top of the beach, top of the cliffs, and that's a real problem with cliff collapse. With a lot of rain, we had it in January, February, it gets wet, and then what happens is cliff collapse, and that's got really nothing to do with the sea, it's just to do with the weather. Okay, so behind me we have Widmouth Bay. We're talking about the processes that shape the landforms, coastal processes. And the landforms that we're looking at behind me, you've got the beach, you can see the shingle beach, and that's and a sand beach, and that's a deposition landform, that's like the classic one. The back of there you've got the dune system as well, that's another coastal erosion landform. We'll go up there and have a look at that in a day or so. Okay, also you've got your cliffs, and the cliffs are an erosion landform. You've got the wave cut platform, it's all that black rock there you can see going out, that's where the cliff used to be. The base of the cliff that's got exposed, or was exposed at low tide, that's the wave cut platform. You've got your stacks and your stumps, they're erosion landforms as well. They're the three main ones. Your cave, there's no arches really here you can see, but you can see beyond, and we have the classic bay, the soft rock, and then you've got your headlands, which is the hard rock, which is the sticking out hard, protruding hard rock. And differential erosion is taking place. Differential erosion means erosion at different rates. Soft rock goes harder than the hard rock. Okay, so you can see there beyond, so that headland in the background, that's that salt house, that's back to the north of here. Here we've got no sticking out protruding here, it punctuates Wonson. And then here we're still on the cliff, which is part of the headland as well, which is a bit of hard rock as well. Okay, so that's what you need to get your head around, is the erosion landforms and the processes that shaped it. That's weathering and erosion. Okay, good. Okay, if you notice there's a pipe coming out the cliff. Okay, we're just south of Wonson again. That pipe's been dug back into the cliff. So what happens is the water runs out of the cliff out of the pipe. You see it's draining water out there now. That's an attempt to keep the cliff at the top of the cliff dry, so you don't get those subaerial weathering processes causing